Hey everybody, Chris and Michael here with CreateInsights.com. In this video, we're going to address the question of what are the best types of freelance opportunities that you can get into to create that sort of consistent income on top of your own client work. Michael, what are you doing that's working?
Well, I think that there's a lot of opportunities out there. Like with most things, it's very competitive, but at the same time, if you do something or have a skill set that differentiates you from the pack, then you want to, really hammer in on that and make sure that that's presented to potential prospects. And a big thing is to reach out. Get your work in front of people and do things that can get you to stand out. That special skill set. One of mine is the glide cam. And for me, I had a freelance gig that I was getting very regularly that actually came from wedding work that I had, and they loved my work, but they loved more the way it looked with my glide cam. So that was something for me that set me apart personally and allowed me to charge a lot more because it was a specific thing that not a lot of guys were able to do. A lot of guys are able to set up their tripods and their cameras and do interviews and do basic shooting, but that glide cam skill set was something that set me apart and allowed me to charge substantially more than some. And so that works out really well.
And that client, guys, was it was a larger video production
Yes.
company slash agency, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so basically what Michael's saying is if you have that skill set, present it to those bigger companies that are
Yes.
working with those regional or national clients as, hey, I'm the glide cam guy. Or maybe if you just got this great lighting concept that you do with your interviews that just
Yep.
really separates you, show people that. Put together a reel, show people that. I know from a freelance standpoint on my end, I mean, we are we do a lot of motion graphic work here. And so we get called from agencies all the time that want us to do a logo animation, or they want us to do a kick butt kind of graphic sequence, and we can charge, top rate, $150 an hour for that work, and we might make $1,000 or $2,000 on that project. But the cool thing is that we didn't have to manage the client. We did the animation, we handed it off, and we move on. And I know you feel the same way with
Yeah,
the
I want to
shooting
touch
part.
on that just for a second. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing, guys. Sometimes is you can get your 2,000, 3,000 or on up sometimes for your projects as your own, where you're doing everything. But there's the key word: you're doing everything. These freelance jobs that I was doing for just shooting, it was just that. I show up for my 8 to 10 hours. I shoot. They're dumping the cards as I'm going, and I'm done. I mean, I got contacted to show up on a certain day. I showed up, I did my job, and at the end, I was done. I didn't even have to do anything else. I mean, I back up the footage. That's a personal preference, but that wasn't expected of me. And so it's a little bonus that I throw in there. But beyond that, I'm done. I don't have to do anything else with the client. I don't have to sell the client. No other follow-ups, nothing. If at most it's we need you to shoot some more, and then you come back, you shoot again, and you're done. So that's a nice aspect sometimes when you're dealing with freelance projects. So
Yeah, and if you guys want kind of the A to Z approach on how to be successful as a freelance videographer, we do have a product at Freelance Videographer Success. Definitely go and check that. It's actually freelancevideographersuccess.com. It's just basically an ebook that walks out step by step, everything we do to be successful as freelancers in our particular industry. And as always, if you want to know more about growing your video production company overall, check us out at createinsights.com. That's KRE8insights.com, and there'll be all kinds of just great content there. I mean, you'll be on a learning mission that'll get you going where you want to be.
absolutely.
Michael, man, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you, guys. Take care.